welcome back to another Talking Point. So grab your coffee because for the next 10 minutes, we're going to be talking everything to do with tax. And of course, we've got our expert with us as well. Remember, we are live streaming across all of the Wealth Masters platforms every Tuesday and every Thursday at 11 a.m. So make sure your notifications are set or you've set an alarm to make sure you can join us. Every video is going to be 10 minutes. We've got 5 questions, 1 expert, and 1 topic. Now, obviously, with tax being quite a vast subject, we've broken it down a little bit. And today we're going to be talking particularly about provisional tax. And if you guys have particularly been in a consultation or watched one of our webinars, you will have seen this friendly face. So I'd like to welcome Cassie Henning, who'll be joining us today. Welcome, Cassie.
Hi, Damien. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Always good to see you. Now, Cassie, I'm going to jump right into it because we've got quite a couple of questions to ask here. And the first one is, what is provisional tax?
Well, Damien, provisional tax is basically a tax that you can pay twice a year. So this is basically for somebody or individual company or trust that is actually paying tax and don't want to pay it at once. And obviously, then you can pay it twice a year. So obviously, if you have different types of incomes, different streams of incomes, then you are going to be a provisional taxpayer.
Now, Cassie, in that you mentioned that you will pay provisional tax twice a year. What are the deadlines for the provisional tax versus, the normal tax year that we used to do or may have done as a PAYE payer?
Okay, so normally it works like this: the first 6 months of the financial year, and that is normally August, then you need to submit your first provisional tax payment. And then obviously at financial year end, which is February, then you do your your last and final submission for your financials for provisional tax. Yeah.
And Cassie, who are the people that actually pay provisional tax? Is it anybody that can pay twice a year just to make sure that they're always on top of it? Or is it just for businesses? Is it individuals? How does that work?
Okay, so normally SARS decides for you. No, and not everybody is a pay-as-you-payer. Remember, as I said, it's multiple streams of income. So in our industry where we were working with the trust is obviously in provisional taxpayer. And then people with rental income in their personal capacity, SARS would normally register them as provisional taxpayers as well. And if you're a normal tax salary earner, taxpayer, like you pay as you earn during the year, then you're not a provisional taxpayer because you're already paying your tax. So provisional tax is where you need to go work out what the tax will be for a certain period of the year.
Now, interesting you say going about the fact of you need to go work it out. As a business or individual or someone who's got multiple income streams, how do you go about actually calculating that return of what you need to pay to SARS? Because, generally, like you said, you have the salaried employers who will pay on behalf of the employee, or the employees are paying for everybody. How does the person paying provisional tax, how do they calculate that?
Well, there's different types of calculations, and this is where your tax consultant, tax expert comes in, and they do normally do a calculation of what's going to happen during the year. Remember, we're working into the future. So in August, you can do your 6 months 6 months calculation of what you have earned. On that calculation, this is normally done on the SARS website. On that calculation, SARS will also give you an estimate of what your yearly tax will be. And then that will give you a good guideline on how much you need to pay. So yeah, you work it out. You need to get all the information, all the interest received, rentals, commission, all that type of information. If you're a company, you obviously need all your sales and all of that, and then it's being calculated in then they put it onto e-filing and they make a calculation on there as well.
Now, Cassie,
and that's now your tax consultant. Sorry, your tax consultant.
So speaking of tax consultants, would you recommend that somebody does this only through tax consultant? Would you suggest they try it doing themselves, or rather say, hey, look, this could go wrong in many ways, rather go to a professional that knows what they're doing and let them help you?
Well, I will always suggest rather go through the professional. Really, if your provisional tax is quite simple and straightforward, you can try and do it. But um, your tax consultant or your tax expert will know what calculations, what to do, and typically because SARS can give you penalties if there is over and underestimation of your provisional tax. Yes.
And those penalties, do you know roughly what the penalty would be?
They work on a 10% normally on everything at source.
Goodness me. And now, when you're paying tax as a salaried employer, it's based on brackets of your income. How is that calculated for provisional taxpayer? Is there a certain standard, or is it again working on a sliding scale?
Remember, in a company, we've got set standards, standard tax rate, and in a trust as well. So in a company, in a personal capacity, it is on your gliding scale. So yes, like you would pay in your personal capacity, you pay normal tax rates. Your provisional tax is being worked out according to that tax rates as well.
Fantastic. And I can't say we're almost out of time because we're keeping these nice and short, but tell us if somebody wants to get in touch with yourself or someone to assist them with tax, either be it business or personal, how do they go about getting in touch?
Well, Damien, they can just go to destinatoholdings.com or to the wealthmastersclub.com website as well, and they can make contact through that to us, and we can assist with trust, personal tax, company tax. Remember, we've got a lot of expats now, and the expats law has changed, so people need to watch out for that as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for the time, Kasi. And if you guys at home would like more information, or if you'd like to chat to one of our accountants to assist you with your either business, personal taxes, trusts, or anything else that Kasi mentioned, then you can send us an email to services@wealthmastersclub.com, or alternatively, you can visit the website and click on the contact button, and it'll give us a form that you can fill in to get in touch with us. Now, I mean, obviously, these talks are very, very short. There's so much to be said about taxes. And if you want to hear more about tax, or how you could save tax, or the different types of tax, or how you use trusts to help yourself save tax as well, then you need to join us on the 27th of February. We will be having a free live webinar. So that's the 27th of Feb, free live webinar. It's going to be from 9 a.m. until 12 in the afternoon. All you have to do is register on our website. So visit www.wealthmastersclub.com. And on there, you'll see the banners. Just follow the webinar banner, register, and then we'll see you on the 27th. Other than that, we'll see you every Tuesday and Thursday, 11 o'clock, for a quick little chat about anything to do with investment, tax, trust, and all those exciting things. So we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.